Hello, I am Chris Williams, and this time we're going to be reviewing Hulkverines issue 2. The cover. The cover is a lot better than the cover on the first issue. This one has a more dynamic cover with Weapon H and Wolverine back to back with their claws out. It also has the scientist, the female scientist with the blonde hair on the cover, is the one who created Weapon H. Well, it has the leader himself, his head and back, but pretty much the centerpiece of the whole page. It is a good cover, and I really enjoy it. But we're also going to be reviewing the variant cover for this issue, which shows Wolverine and the Hulk squaring up against Weapon H. Weapon H clawing at the Hulk, with the Hulk growling and looking far meaner than Weapon H, about to unleash hell upon Weapon H. Even though Weapon H has him at his mercy, the Hulk looks like he's going to kill Weapon H, while Wolverine is on the back, trying to claw at Weapon H's neck. It's a really good cover, and I really enjoy it. It's too bad this wasn't the main cover, though. I think it's a bit better, though. Now, the real first page shows the Weapon H's family. His wife is driving a minivan, and she's driving it while the kids in the back say, "We into a river!" Well, don't really know what's going on here. Oh, wait a minute. It turns out the minivan she's driving isn't actually just a minivan. It's a minivan sub. Oh. Well, that's the thing, too. She uses the minivan sub to, sail her way underneath the water to her mother's house, who apparently lives in a safe house that she used the money from her husband to create. This safe house, even her husband doesn't know where it is. She did this so they could both keep their kids safe. Now, I have to ask, how rich is Weapon H? Because that is massively rich to be able to do that. And it really is. It doesn't really help the character, I think. I think it takes away it, because it seems like it would be too easy for the character to have a good life. Now, we see Weapon H squaring up against Wolverine, and I have to say, Wolverine looks really doofy here. Well, Weapon H looks just off. The artwork here by Gruva Valanova is decent. Okay, when you're close up seeing Wolverine's face, I really like his art on Wolverine here. Now, I would really like to see him on do more with Wolverine, because this is a really mean and cool looking Wolverine here, with Wolverine smirking and saying, "I read up on you in all your misbehavior." Apparently, Weapon H has been masquerading as either the Hulk or Wolverine and getting stuff done, and Wolverine is angry at him for doing that. Well, Weapon H stabs Wolverine, and Wolverine says, "Fine, then neither do I," because he was going to go easy on Weapon H at first, and now he's just going to unleash hell upon him. Here now. The fight is good. If you want to see the fight itself, you should go and buy Hulkverines issue 2. But it's still in this series. This series is kind of off and kind of boring a bit. But it's a good issue. It's more mediocre. Here we can see the leader along with the Shadow Base operative. Members of Shadow Base have been sent out to kill both the leader and the Hulks and Wolverine. Well, apparently the leader talks them from doing anything because he's about to kill the Hulk, saying that he's infected him with a virus that's neutralizing his powers. Now, Weapon H eventually finds the leader and is about going to try and kill him again when the Hulk interferes. The Hulk smashes him down into the ground. Now, this part of the issue really doesn't make any sense. Why would the Hulk care about Shadow Base? Well, he might care that they were the ones who stole some of his DNA and created Weapon H. But what really doesn't really make much sense here is he's smashing Weapon H, and he says to him, I'm not, but you were about to plow through a bunch of shadow-based goons. And then the Hulk decides to just rush at the squad of shadow-based goons and attacks them. I don't really understand why. He was smashing Weapon H, and he's pretty much going to end up killing these guys, I think. So I really don't understand why the Hulk would care what Weapon H is doing with the shadow-based goons when he would just go out and attack all of them. In fact, he should just smash Weapon H as well. Now, the leader uses a couple of these little round tic-tac things and creates his own brand of Inhumanoids. And he tells them to go after the Hulks. But before they can, someone else uses a bunch of tic-tacs, only they're colored gray, and makes more of these humanoid creatures. And who is it? It's the woman who created Weapon H. She was using her own humanoid android so she could stop the leader for a moment. And the leader is a bit smitten because he says, well, what do we have here? And she asks, as a professional, she's really admired his work. And he says, as a professional person, I'd appreciate that. Well, he's just using it as a decoy because then the two start fighting each other. He fires his gun. She fires off with this energy arrow thing, but he teleports behind her. Well, she manages to block it, and he says, all right, that was impressive. And she says, likewise, because neither of them could kill the other. And this is basically their idea of flirting, because he says, beautiful, yes, so they decide to work together because they really do seem to like each other. This is good because lately Marvel has been using a lot of super mad scientists as villains, and this is actually giving more characterization to the character, especially the one who created Weapon H here, because she didn't have, in her first appearance, didn't have much of a personality, I think. Here we can see the Hulk running past Weapon H and Wolverine, who are at a gas station trying to recover from the fight. And the Hulk is trying to run away because he's about to transform back into Bruce Banner because the sun is almost up. But Weapon H and Wolverine track him down, and the Hulk gets angry. He says, "You're working with him," and he begins to try to smash him. But then he realizes that the sun is coming up, and he ends up transforming back into Bruce Banner. As he was attempting to jump away. He was going to end up trying to escape them, or he was going to end up trying to smash them. But then the sun came up, and he realized what was happening. And here we could see him over the water, falling into the river, or at least the lake. I'm not quite sure, and transforming back into Bruce Banner. Well, what happens next? Weapon H and Wolverine dive in after him, and and Bruce Banner is sinking fast for some reason. And they keep swimming down lower and lower. And guess what happens? They end up finding Weapon H's family. They found where the safe house his wife had taken them. Now she wonders why they have found them and why he's there. He says he doesn't know why they would end up there. Apparently, they begin to suspect someone is controlling this situation. Someone's leading them around. Now, the leader and the female scientist he met, well, they've taken their humanoids and gone back to Shadow Base, and they decided to take over the lab there. They're going to finish off the Hulks and Wolverine themselves, and they get an idea. They're going to augment both the original Hulk and Wolverine and make them Hulkverines as well. Well, Hulkverines. Now remember these pictures right here, because guess what? In the next issue, Hulk and Wolverine look nothing like this. And I guess that's a good idea, because all they really did was make Hulk hairier a bit and give him claws, while they basically turned Wolverine into a dwarf. Oh, come on here. That's a dwarf! That's Wolverine the dwarf! He should be in Lord of the Rings, is what I think. But I gotta tell you, remember, because when you see them in the next issue after they get finished transforming them, they look nothing like this. Now, these designs are actually pretty cool, and I do like them. But the artist here, I don't think he only does these two stand-ups here, these two for this one issue, and in the next issue when they actually transfer them, they look nothing like this. So remember that idea because they look doofy. Now, this issue was, like the first issue, mediocre. It's not really an improvement. The series, as I've said before, this is just mediocre. There's nothing really standing out from this issue, or it's nothing really good. But the artwork is better than other Marvel comics, at least. So that is a good. Now, the artist for here, as I've said, is Gru Valahava, and he did a good job on this issue. While Greg Pak, his writing was still, at best, just a straight shot throughout the whole issue. It was just nothing really good happened or really bad happened. Now, if you like this review, leave a like. Subscribe. Make sure you're still subscribed. Hit that bell so you get notifications. And leave some comments down below. And remember, keep checking back in future videos and keep watching them for more information on my own independent comic book, Scumdogs. I'll see you all again soon. Bye.